Okay, class. I'm writing 5 words on the board. This is a little awkward because I'm using the top. So be patient with me. Once I get them up there, you tell me what you think they have in common, or tell me why they're familiar to you. Okay. Have you seen those words before?
Yes, I have.
So what do they have to do with? Why are they familiar to you?
Because it looks like our target.
Well, think of your prior knowledge from things that you've done before now.
It looks like the bones of a story.
The bones of a story. What would be, if there was a skeleton of a story or the bones of a story, what would that be called? The series of events that happen in a story. What do you call that?
Wait, say it again.
The series of events that happen in a story. From introduction, rising action, climax, falling action, resolution. What do we call that?
Story structure or frame? Story structure?
Story structure? Is there another word for it?
Story frame?
Story frame? Okay. So you're coming up with some really close words to what I was going for. But have you studied this series of events in the past in school? Really? You should have been studying this stuff since 3rd grade. I think you're just forgetting the actual word that we use, which is plot.
Oh.
The plot of the
Yes,
story.
the
That's
plot of
okay.
the story.
You're familiar with the elements that go into the plot.
Yes.
You just forgot what we call that. Just like there's lots of elements in a narrative, like characters, but the characters need a plot.
Yeah.
Bones.
Without
A structure.
them, they just.
Yeah, what would they do? They'd be all floppy and not doing anything if they
They'd
didn't
just
have
be
their
useless without
their
the
plot
structure.
bones. Yeah.
They'd just be hanging around like, you write what we do if you don't write anything.
Yeah, if we don't write anything for them,
And then
if they have no plot, what do? Okay, so today we're going to be using this plot structure to create our own personal narrative and turn it into a 6-panel comic strip.
Ooh.
So, including our title page. So we have introduction, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. We need all of those elements. So I'm going to share a personal narrative with you as I write out the significant events on this plot structure graphic organizer. So, my introduction would be that my kids and I have wanted a dog for a long time. And then allergies it's hard to rescue a dog that wouldn't set off my allergies.
Yeah, because we can't, we want to rescue a dog, but.
Yeah, I don't want to go buy a dog from a breeder.
Because, that dog didn't know anything.
So that's the introduction to my story. My rising action would be that I checked at the Humane Society and found a dog that was hairless. And I called my kids to tell them.
That was very exciting. That was definitely rising action.
Yes.
I thought
That's where things start to get exciting.
I thought we're probably not gonna get this dog. Like, it's a very short notice.
Okay. My climax, the height of my story, the most exciting part is that I took my kids to meet the dog. So, and then we decided to adopt the dog.
That was very.
That's the
that was
exciting part.
definitely the
Everybody's
climax.
like, oh my gosh, we're going to adopt this dog.
He's so cute. He did I remember he did little circle.
Just wait. The falling action, this is still action. It's still part of the story. But we took him home, and he was so excited. He was running circles around my house.
I remember that.
Yeah, and
He's
then we
darting
laughed at
around
we just laughed at him because he was so excited.
I mean, he didn't have that much
Like,
space before.
is this my new house? Da-da-da. So
My
that was
old
still.
house was, one of these rooms.
Can you see how that was still action, but it was falling action?
Yeah,
It was
falling
like,
action. It wasn't as exciting as the climax.
and then I need an ending to my story, something that makes sense. So the resolution is he settled in and we loved him.
I loved him since
He became a part of our family. And my kids often fight over who gets to spend time with him.
Yes.
Okay. So can you see how my story fits into the plot structure? That's my personal narrative that fits into the plot structure. So you're going to pick your own idea for a personal narrative that you can plan out on this sheet. So I'm giving you guys this graphic organizer, and you're going to be able to plan out. We leave a space for the title page. That's part of the 6 panels. Introduction, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. But we can brainstorm some ideas for. Do you have the eraser for the smartboard?
Smart board.
The whiteboard.
Yes.
Well, I'm making do with what I have here. So, before you start planning your narrative, we should pick a topic. And I gave you some examples. Asking for money, a new toy, or permission to do something. What happened with that? Winning or accomplishing something. A serious mistake you made when you were younger. A time when something good happened to you. Please stop. Thank you. Or someone you know. Making a choice. Getting injured and getting better. So you can build your narrative or your plot of your narrative around something like that. I would encourage you to use experiences from your own life, including examples of stories that reflect your culture and ethnic heritage. So that makes it more exciting for your audience or your listeners. If you share something like that they don't know about you. So, can you think of some events that you could use for... Help me brainstorm some events that could be used. First, what it was like at a new school.
Maybe. When I came to McKinley? Or when I started in first school?
Sure.
One second. What are all the topics I can do again?
I gave you some examples, but you're brainstorming with me right now some ideas in your life. Like what significant events? Maybe your little brother and sister being born.
That would be a pretty good one.
Okay, twins. This marker is not working. But you can see pretty much, can't you? Twins being born. So think of some events in your life that you could write a little comic strip about. Sorry. I have a sinus infection.
I'm thinking, I had one in my mind, but I had one in my mind, but now I don't remember.
What?
I don't remember.
So it was a significant event from your life? Did it happen
Yes.
this year? You could
No.
even go back to something that happened when you were younger, or a family thing.
My first sleepover outside of the house. Or outside of my family.
So your first sleepover.
Yeah, first sleepover.
Okay. What else do you think could be some ideas? We're just brainstorming, so throw anything out there.
When you told me that I was a fourth Norwegian, because I didn't know that I was a fourth. I didn't know that you were not. Grandma was fully Norwegian.
Well, we have to make sure it's an event, like, that you can make a narrative out of.
My 8th birthday.
Your 8th birthday.
It's very fun. Very good.
Okay.
It was water themed. I liked it.
Okay. I thought the twins being born would be
I mean, yeah.
like the
Actually-
events leading up to them being born, and then
Yeah, I
them being born, and then you actually.
I think that would be a pretty good one because I know exactly how to plan out. Like Tanya getting the ultrasound and finding out she had a baby,
Oh.
and then I got off the bus and booked that. And
Well, you're leading me to the next part. Now, turn and talk with your seat partner. Have you chosen a topic for your narrative?
Can I check out the topics? Because I've already forgotten them.
Oh. You talked about new school, twins, sleepover, 8th birthday. I know it's hard to see on that. The pen decided to die on us in the middle of our lesson. But that's the kind of stuff that
I'll do
happens.
twins. I'll choose twins.
Okay, so turn and talk with your seat partner. You've chosen a topic, the twins being born. Okay. So I'd like to introduce you to the comic strip narrative planning sheet. This is going to help you. This is a graphic organizer that's going to help you plan out your comic strip before you storyboard it out online. So we got our title, our introduction, our rising action, our climax, our falling action, and our resolution. So you stick in elements from your story. Now remember, we're doing this in a comic strip form, so will you be able to write out all the words that you would normally write out in a story? No, you're going to have to show the elements of your plot in the form of a comic strip. So I already made up one of these with the elements from my story. Remember the story that I went through earlier? Okay, so I filled in mine using those elements from that story of bringing home my dog. But I also have to put in that the characters present, like me and my kids, right? Well, where was I when I was talking to them about, like, well, we want a dog, but we don't know, like, what if we can get one with mom's allergies. So that would be at home. Me and my kids would be my characters, and my caption might be, I might have to think of some captions like, Mom, we really want a dog. Like my kid saying, Mom, we really want a dog. Do you know what I mean? But then me saying, oh, I wish we could find one that didn't bother my allergies. Yeah, but do you see what I mean? Like, because this is a cartoon, we're going to have to, like, think of captions that go with our scene in our actions. Does that make sense? And then my rising action was me at the animal shelter, and I was calling you guys. So that would be me calling you, and that might be at the animal shelter, or you guys getting the phone call at home. Stay with me. And the caption might be like what? What could my captions be for that?
How we got our dog.
No, from the scene where I said it goes along with each of my the rising action was I was so excited I called my kids to tell them. So me calling them, the caption could be like, I found a hairless dog.
And you said,
or
we might get it.
It could be Rowan at home saying, Mom found a hairless dog and she wants us to go meet him.
She had you on speaker. He had you on speakerphone.
Yeah, so I could, that means do you see what I mean though? I have to say who's going to be in the scene, who's going to be, what the background's going to be. Is it going to be me calling you guys like this? Like that? Me calling you guys at home or what?
You from the shelter?
Yeah. So for each of my elements in my plot, I have to figure out what my back characters are going to be in that scene, my landscape and props or background or setting, and the captions. Like, how are we going to show the action that happened with characters from a comic strip? Okay, so you're going to fill out your own comic strip narrative planning sheet for the story of the twins being born.
Yay.
So you have to figure out what your title will be and then those elements in your story. So go ahead.
That'll be the twins. The characters present.
Well, okay, that's your title page.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Tanya and Dad holding, each of them holding a twin.
Okay. But it doesn't have to be characters. You don't have to have characters in your title page. It could be something. Do you see this example of a title page up here?
Oh.
It could have a picture, but you don't have to spend time making a whole picture.
Landscape and props. I'll do.
You could have a background.
Yeah, I'll just have a little background. And the caption will be the twins. Wait, there's no caption. Isn't it caption?
Yeah, your title page is different from the rest of your pages. It's just your title page so that, just like in any comic strip you might have, there might be characters or a picture in it, but it's the title of your story. So, if you want, you can start with the introduction to your story. What happened first? So how do you introduce to your readers?
Probably maybe me saying Tanya coming home and saying that like she got an ultrasound or something and she's having a baby.
Or is she having twins?
No, we didn't know she was having twins until later.
Oh, okay. So the first part, in your introduction, you can just put, I found out that my stepmom was having a baby. And then you put in how you would make that work in a cartoon. And who's gonna be? Are you just gonna have her saying, "I'm having a baby"?
No, it's gonna be me, Dad, and Rowan in the living room, and then Tiny is through the door with a baby bump saying, if I can find a character with baby bump, I'm having a baby.
Okay, so write your characters present, and then the bubbles will be. I'm sorry, I'm. Still trying to get rid of this sinus infection.
Alright, so that's all the characters present, the whole family. And landscape and props will be our living room and center.
Yeah, so you can make like a couch or whatever. I think you have backgrounds that you can choose from.
And probably Sunday.
Maybe the dog is there.
Yeah, Sunday's gonna be there.
Okay.
Caption.
Okay. So your rising action might be
Um.
that you found. Could it be that you found out that she was having twins?
No, because that's gonna be the climax.
I thought having the twins would be the climax. Would her giving birth to the twins be the climax?
I guess so. Yeah.
So maybe in the rising action, you're waiting for the baby to. While we were waiting for the baby to be born,
We found out that
it was twins. Yeah. Because I remember you guys telling me that. You could even have you telling me.
Oh yeah, and I told Rowan too then because he didn't know because he was with you.
Okay.
And he was like, "Are you kidding?"
So your rising action would be found out that she was having twins. Because the climax is like the most exciting part of the story. So you want to
So
say.
characters present is gonna be me. It's gonna be like
Would it-
when they
you
told
could-
me. It's gonna be when.
Well, you could just be telling Rowan. Well, do whatever you
It's gonna
need.
be when they told me,
Okay.
because it's from my point of view.
Okay.
Car.
I gotta check on some other students here.
Climax would
Yeah, you could have somebody telling you about the babies, or because you weren't actually at the hospital, were you?
Yeah.
So how would that look in a cartoon?
It's gonna be just
Or
them.
comic?
They are hitting. Here's the baby. Okay, and then the falling action would be, well,
Oh my God! Look.
I guess I got to meet the babies. Oh, there is the boy and girl baby.
Yeah.
I'll have to use that. I met the babies.
Did you meet him when they brought the babies home?
No, I was at your house. So when I came back from your house.
Did you go to the hospital to meet them, or did you?
No, they were already home.
Okay.
And then I came back from your
Yeah,
house.
you guys stayed at my house when they were at the hospital. Okay, keep going. You're doing good. You're doing well.
At the babies.
What do you have for your captions for that part? Oh my God, they are so cute. So is that going to be you
Yes.
seeing the babies? Okay. And what would your resolution be for your story?
Probably the babies growing up to the 6 months that they are now.
Yeah, you could say, well, now we've had them for 6 months and they're doing this, that, and the other thing.
Both of them, well, Nora has 2 teeth now, and Knox has 1.
Okay, but you have to like be able to like present it in a comic strip form. So like, how would
Yes.
you show that? Like,
Huh.
so you still need to fill out your characters, where you're gonna show this at, like a living room or outside in the backyard. Or they could be in a stroller, you know, that kind of stuff.
That's a cute.
I guess I don't know. I shouldn't promise that if I don't know if they have strollers on the.
They have 1 stroller for 2. It's like one of those double strollers.
But I don't know if you'll have a stroller as part of your.
Okay, no caption. Alright, all done with the strip narrative planning sheet.
Well, you could have a caption at the bottom of the screen. Like, sometimes in a comic strip, they do have just a caption.
What do you mean?
Like, not the bubble captions, but like, and now the twins are. You might want to have yours.
And now you're caught up.
Well, you might want to have yourself in the, so that your reader knows what's going on. You might want to have yourself saying, and now look at them. 6 months old, and they have.
You're all. Pretty sure I butchered that word.
Okay. So, you're done with your. Okay. Comic strip narrative planning sheet. Okay, so I need you to get out your. Your Chromebook and open up storyboardthat.com. Mm-hmm. Can I unplug some of this stuff?
Yes,
So
you may.
we don't know. Okay. So, and normally during this time, I would have my students create an account. Using your school email address and the password that you use, but okay. Yep. Okay, but click on. Now you have to do it here. You need to wait a second, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch the tutorial.
Welcome to Storyboard That. Creating a storyboard with Storyboard That is so easy and fun. You can practically do it in your sleep. After this video, you'll blossom into a real pro. Let's get started. To get started, we're going to create a story that will detail my daring adventure into the Bunny Planet. First, we should select a scene. The storyboard creator contains over 500 scenes that are divided up into categories of town, home, and school. For the first panel of my story, I will simply drag and drop a scene from the outdoor category to show me embarking on my quest to the Bunny Planet. Perfect. When you click on the Edit Scene option, you will be given options
you make
to
that bigger?
upload the scene. In the case of this scene, you will have the power to transform the day into night or change the weather.
There you go.
Let's add a character into the scene. By clicking on the character tab, you'll be presented with over 800 characters to choose from, all of which are sorted into different categories. For my story, I'll choose one that looks a little like me. The first thing I'll do is color in with the color selector. There are many options for hair, eye, and skin color. Now that he's all colored, I can move on to posing him. We offer quick instant poses like speaking, angry, and walking. Or for more detailed posing, you can click on the edit pose and manipulate the character in more depth. With just a few button clicks, you can tilt the head, change the expression, or move the arms and legs. To get a close-up of my character from the waist up, I'll click on the crop tool and cut out the legs of my character. If you wish your image to be cropped at an angle or cut in a circular formation, simply click the crop options below. Since my character will be traveling to outer space, we'll need a prop rocket ship. Props and other images can be found by using the search bar above. There are millions of images to search for, so you can find the perfect item. You can also upload
That's good to know. You could look for a stroller.
the upload feature above. Storyboard that supports JPEGs, PNGs, GIFs, and bitmaps. I'm in need of a rocket, so I entered rocket into the search bar. This one is perfect. Let's drag and drop your desired object into the cell and adjust the size if needed. In the next cell, my character will be inside the rocket looking out into the stars. To save time from searching for my character again, I'll simply copy the character from the first cell of the copy button. Now let's say my rocket ship has landed on the money planet. By viewing the options for this particular scene, you can actually modify it by removing the sky behind the window. To show the planet outside, just drag any scene you like into the cell and BAM! The surface of this planet is now outside. In my third and final cell, I want to show all the bunnies that are on this planet. By going into the character tab, there is an animal category. These little critters have a couple of poses to choose from. Click the image options button.
Hmm.
Big
Now I want
bunny.
my character to speak his feelings towards this strange planet.
Well, you could do so much with this.
On the text styles tab below, you can drag and drop a speech or thought bubble.
He does
Inside the
not
bubble,
have a helmet on.
You are satisfied with your creation? You can save by clicking the save button below. The save dialog will pop up and you can add your storyboard's title and description. I'm naming mine The Bunny Planet. And there you have it, folks. A completed storyboard saved to your account. What are you waiting for? Go out there and discover all that storyboard that has to offer and create some amazing storyboards.
Cool. Yeah, and I'm gonna demonstrate the 6 just for, because if you do it one way, they want. Wait, how did you get into the one where?
I did what this is. You have to
Yeah.
click.
So the one that we want is this.
Mm,
It's got 6 panels, so.
okay.
All right, go ahead and start using your sheet as your guideline, making your.
Start with. Alright, so what do you think I should?
Well, this is your title page,
Oh, there's no.
so you can just have like a generic background and
Uh-oh.
like the one I started for my dog story was just a heart, and then I put my text in the middle of it. What'd you do?
I went back.
Oh, okay. Oh, you hit the back button. Okay. Just for time, I know that that's fun to play with, but just for time reasons, can you try to just like get your background and stuff set up for each panel without doing a lot of modification?
Yes. I need a text box. Where is that? Freeform text. Yeah, good.
Maybe highlight the words.
Oh, that's way too big.
Go way down.
Alright, next one.